Welcome back to the channel, everyone. It is Jill Does Games, and if you are returning again to watch this video, thank you very much. And if this is your first time on my channel, thank you very much. Just picked up my copy of NFL 2K21 today, and unfortunately, it's not actually NFL 2K21, it's NFL 2K5, but with updated rosters. So I've been doing this for many years now because Madden just doesn't cut it for me, both gameplay-wise and just immersion-wise of playing the franchise mode. So I'm just going to walk you through, obviously, updated rosters and a ridiculous looking Josh Allen. A lot of people have pictures in this game, but they're obviously not of the actual dudes because they probably were like 10 years old when this game came out. Some probably even younger, which is crazy to think about. Just taking you through, I have updated rosters, so thank you so much to the people who took their Tom Brady. He's probably the only one with the actual picture in the game. Thank you so much to the guys who actually put these rosters together. I mean, I think it was only 2 guys, all manually, and I can't imagine how much time it took them to do every single person in this game. So I'm going to leave a link down in the description. For those of you who don't know, I use a PlayStation 2 emulator on my computer, and that's how I'm able to get these updated rosters. And what's really cool about the updated rosters, as you can see, the Jets logo is actually kind of updated. It's the throwback logo, but the people actually are able to change some of the names. Obviously, we don't have Vegas, unfortunately. It probably happened a little bit too late, but we have 2 of the Los Angeles teams. And what the people can do with the updated rosters is they can actually default throwback uniforms that fit the other team. So right here, I'm just going over the sliders. I have human catching all the way up. This game's a little bit funky. The catching is really ridiculous. CPU passing, running, catching all the way up too. You'll see throughout these games that, I mean, it can hit the player right on their hands, and they're dropping it every time. And it actually works the opposite defensively. As you can see, the interception slider all the way down. For some reason, even with it all the way down, you're going to see a lot of interceptions in this series, and unfortunately, there's not much I can do about that. I don't know, the game, I guess, just makes interceptions like crazy. You'll see probably like maybe 2, 3, 4 picks a game. It seems like I can't get a game without an interception. Even when I'm not controlling my guys, there's an interception. So this is preseason for me as well, so I'm not going to play as I would a normal video. In a normal regular season video, it's going to be 1 game, and I'm going to be doing a live commentary over it, and I'm just going to be showing you a bunch of highlights, big plays throughout the game, and taking you through that. So this is kind of preseason for me too. I'm just getting a practice in. I'm just going to talk over some of the scoring plays, but just going over the weekly preparation. I have a lot of the players' overalls coming up a little bit more. I applied that preparation very, very nicely. So weekly preparation, it's kind of cool. From Monday through Friday, you can pick throughout your practice days what each player position is doing. Are you scrimmaging? Are you doing film? Are you doing workouts? Are you doing therapy? It's super in-depth, and for this game to have something like that, and Madden doesn't have anything close to anything practice related, to me is a little ridiculous. So I love that about this game. Tom Brady's first pass to Gronkowski in a Tampa Bay uniform is terrible. Sorry, buddy, you're on the decline. But you'll see, he actually misses 3 field goals in this game. So after this game, I turned the CPU field goal up a little bit more because he was missing like crazy in this one. But yeah, in the background, you'll just see some gameplay of the scoring plays. I'm just going to talk a little bit about 2K5 as a game and why it means so much to me. It being the last game where Madden had competition, both Madden and this game were just great. Madden was definitely a little bit more arcadey, but I mean, at the time, it was still a magnificent game to play. It was so much fun. And then you had this game, which definitely felt more realistic, especially for the times. I mean, even comparing it to Madden nowadays, the animations of the quarterbacks backing up and stepping back, dropping back to pass. You have the running, I think, is actually much better. But you have so many more animations in this game, and the game isn't dictated by those animations. It seems like in Madden, you're always, you have all these buttons to press mid-play, and it just depends if you get there in time, or the game already has a preset animation in mind, and there's no backing out of that. The game's like, all right, if this is going to be an interception, it's an interception. Nothing's going to stop that. So it's unfortunate, but I think the animations in Madden have really started to kill the game. I think, they've made some improvements over the gameplay the last couple of years, but there's some things that I think have regressed, unfortunately. Like I don't know how that happens, but it just seems like the running just seems really choppy for some reason in this, Madden 21, which is what, 16 years after this game. I mean, there's so many things that just kind of disappointing to see, but whatever. See this play right here. Beasley catches that. I mean, like, I know if some people are going to be like, that should have been intercepted, right? Like, there's two guys right next to Beasley, right on him, should have been intercepted. And I think that's actually something that Madden has forced us to change our mind about football. It's not real football anymore, because in Madden, quarterbacks are locking onto that. They're jumping 6 feet in the air to bat it down. You're not getting that play ever. But in real life, two quarterbacks going up for the ball like that, maybe they get distracted, maybe they hit into each other. But in real life, quarterbacks can throw and target a ball and place it perfectly right into a zone they need to. And you see that play happen. It doesn't happen, every single game, every single drive, but it happens. And when you see that in an NFL game, you're like, oh, damn, that person made a really good throw. That's a really good catch. Really great play. But in Madden, you don't really see that too often. It's either a guy is super wide open or you're pressing triangle to get the super insane catches. And in this game, it's like, no, the quarterback placed it into the perfect spot where only the receiver could get it, and that's exactly what happened. So maybe I was biased because I got a touchdown on that play, but no, I liked how that play looked. I mean, just Josh Allen backing up and delivering, a perfectly placed lob ball, fitting it in there, right where Beasley can get it. And unfortunately, the rest of the game is pretty shit on my end. I put all the backups in. We went up 17-0 with the starters, but it goes very downhill here. I don't know if that's because I put the backups in and I just struggled with them, or if because I put the backups in I didn't care as much. But the rest of the game is terrible. I miss a field goal here. Kicking in this game is definitely much harder. You have the rotating arrow, but it's so tough to see how high or how low the arrow is going to go. You can't really gauge too much of a distance on that, but whatever. They keep their starters in, so I decided to pick off Tom Brady again. That's his second interception of the game, and unfortunately the last. But you know what? Screw Tampa Bay. They kept in their starters. You know what? They're just running up the score. And 2 plays later after that interception, I throw another one with Barkley, so that's his second, and it goes for a pick 6. So unfortunately, the game pretty much is over for me at this point. I think it's just all Tampa Bay at this point. Every single clip you see is just me turning it over or them getting a touchdown, which is unfortunate. But again, it's preseason for me, and I was using second stringers because I really did not want to risk injury for my team. And the next play, I throw another interception. So maybe it's going to be a terrible regular season for me. Maybe I'll be throwing, 40 interceptions with Josh Allen. We'll see what happens. But I'm confident. Maybe we can make the playoffs. Let's see if we can go all the way with the Bills. But I don't really have much else to say about what to expect from the series. I hope it's fun. I hope it's fun to watch a live commentary of me. If I'm getting destroyed every game, hopefully you can laugh at me getting destroyed. And hopefully, I can get some actually exciting, entertaining football games that can go down to the wire for you to watch. I think that would be fun, really cool, and hopefully by the end of the series, you guys are all rooting for me. You have my back. And look at that drop right there by Cole Beasley. See, this is what I mean. The catching in this game can be ridiculous. He's a professional wide receiver. Hits him right in his hand. He's wide open. Oh well, I'll complain about other things throughout the series, I'm sure. As much as I love this game, it is not a perfect game. I gotta be upfront about that. Now, when I'm praising it over Madden, I'm still not saying that this is a perfect game that everyone needs to love. I'm sure there's tons of people who do not like this game because it is more of a simulation football game, so it is tougher in some standpoints. But hey, I like a tougher game. It seems like Madden, you can really take over plays too much. But right here is the ESPN weekly update with Chris Berman. And this is another thing that just adds so much immersion to the game. I can't wait to see this during the regular season and seeing updates from other teams around the league and seeing how all their players are playing. So, again, I appreciate ESPN NFL 2K5 for putting this much effort into the game. And it's unfortunate that EA bought the rights. But, just things like this, the little things like this really add so much to the game. And, it might not be needed, but it just adds so much to the regular season immersion. Even giving us highlights of other games that we didn't get to play. I mean, I think that's so cool. And, you don't even get to simulate a game in Madden for a week. You have to simulate the whole week, and you don't even know what the results are until the next week. Whatever. So I simulate the rest of preseason. We go with 2-2. So this is where I had to, make sure, check our injury report, make sure no one important is injured, and I'm sure we're all good. We got to get ready for the season, playing Jacksonville week 1. So let's check that in. Oh, no. Both of our strong safeties out for a significant amount of time, too. So that means we have to go into free agency, have to pick up some lower-rated guys. We have Heath and Gethers here. Picked up both of them, 74 overall and a 73 overall. Both signed them to 1 year, $1.75 million contracts. So not going to worry about them too much, after a few weeks. But they'll just be, I guess, some extra guys we can have. And then I end up signing a cornerback, to Dante Johnson. Same contract, just need to beef up that secondary a little bit more. And I think we're ready for the first game against Jacksonville. The game has their defense better than our defense, and that's okay, but, we'll prove them wrong. We have a 100 rated defense somehow. I don't know how. I mean, Bills' defense is very good. I don't know if they're 100 rated, though. But looking at the Jacksonville Jaguars roster, not very high rated guys, so I don't know how they're getting such a high rating on defense there. But this is the weekly preparation that, you can go through the whole days and practices and drills. I just got one online that basically works to maximum capacity because, it's there. I'm not going to do something that doesn't work. So basically, a lot of people get +2 ratings each week. Stephon Diggs gets a +4, which is huge. And yeah, let's get on the bus. Are we ready? Well, not yet. So I will see you next episode. We're placing the Jacksonville Jaguars. Be there. Be square. I don't know. Let's beat them.